Hi, I'm Shah and I'm the founder of Smarter. Now, Smarter is, in my opinion, and obviously I am biased, the absolute best resource out there for anybody who's thinking about setting up their own business, or anybody who's already in business, or anybody who's just interested in business. I mean, we have all the entrepreneurs that you can think of, not just the famous ones, but also the really successful ones that maybe you haven't yet heard of. And we've interviewed all of them to find out what they've learned from the things that went right and the things that went wrong. We've got thousands of case studies and examples, from everything on how to use social media to how to hire staff. And in the recession, we very much focused on things that maybe, were really difficult and challenging for people to have to do, like make people redundant. And we've got an expert Q&A panel where you can actually go on and you can ask lawyers for free advice. I mean, it doesn't get better than that if you're running a business. And the team at Smarter are absolutely passionate about what we do. It was built by entrepreneurs, it was founded by entrepreneurs, and we are for entrepreneurs and people running their own businesses. Officially, my career started whilst I was still at university. I was studying economics at LSE, the London School of Economics, and by chance, I managed to interview the then super middleweight boxing champion of the world, the notorious and eccentric, but really rather kind, Chris Eubank. And I think he started what some have considered a career niche for me, which is working with eccentric alpha males. I look at it as if I've kind of been through the best MBA programs out there, because I've had the opportunity to work with so many absolutely amazing business people and learn lessons that, no MBA program, whether, you're at Harvard, Yale, or you're in Swansea, could ever teach you, because actually I think that there is so much more to be gained by actually doing things than there is from the theory. Money, for money's sake, just wasn't important enough to me. I wanted to do something that I loved, something that I was passionate about, something where I felt I could make a difference. And I thought about it, and I talked to Chris about it, and all the things that I thought I was good at and my key skills. And I thought, well, actually, I'm quite good at PR and marketing and figuring out how to promote things. I helped promote the fight. I came up with the ideas for the joppers and the riding boots and the monocle and the whole, brand image that was Eubank, with a huge part of his help too, but very much instrumental in that whole period of his career. And a lot of that was around branding and marketing. So I thought, well, maybe that's something I can at least start to do whilst I figure out what I really want to do. And then I just got extraordinarily lucky, and I met Sir James Dyson around his kitchen table in Bath, with I think 20 engineers in the back garden working on the prototypes. And he had just won his lawsuit against Amway, which is what funded the business. Everybody had turned James down, not just the manufacturers, the other manufacturers, but the banks, the VCs, the private equity groups, everybody. And yet here was a man who believed so much in what he was doing. He was so tenacious that he literally wouldn't give up. And I just think that that was in many ways the best period of my life, because I was learning so much from somebody who was not just a great inventor, but a great human being. I think that I learned so many things with James about how to grow a business, how to market with no money, how to use word of mouth, which we all now know as social media, because back then actually we had no money for above the line advertising. So we had to really work on grassroots word of mouth, on PR, on all different types of free or so-called free ways of marketing. And I learned how to stay true to your passions and your roots and figuring out what was really important to you. And without a doubt, Smarter in at least some ways stemmed from my days of working with James, because I saw the challenges that he went through as an entrepreneur, trying to set up a business in this country with little or no help or support from people when he needed it. Now, for every James that is as incredibly tenacious and talented as he is, there are 100 people who may have lots of talents, maybe as great or maybe not as great as James, but could still have a very good business, but they might not have the tenacious spirit that James has. And so instead of succeeding, they fall by the wayside. And I wanted to be able to do something that actually levelled the playing field and helped everybody. I have seen so many businesses that when they just really take the time to understand how finding the right social media fit for them, how it can improve their businesses. I mean, I did a social media seminar the other week, and I brought on stage 5 different case studies of people who were using different types of social media to grow their business. One of them was making £15,000 to £20,000 a month purely from social media, and he'd set the business up in his loft, and there was only 3 of them in the business. And another one had just won a big contract with Channel 4 from LinkedIn, and he worked from home. Another woman had won a £500,000 contract over a 2-year period through LinkedIn, and there was 4 of them. I mean, these are all examples of small businesses using social media to great effect. I think what's really important when whether you're mentoring people or you're hosting seminars, is not just to talk at people, but to really bring it to life and make it real for the person you're mentoring or the people in the audience. And the only way you can do that is by giving examples of people who are actually doing what you're suggesting the person or the people in front of you should do. I never set out with a definitive 3-5-year plan for Smarter, other than to do our very best to serve our community. And our community is all the small businesses out there, all the people thinking about running their own business, and all the entrepreneurs, to help them find the right advice and guidance when they need it in the best ways possible. We want to expand that, and we want to introduce new tools to help people run their businesses better. So at some point early next year, we'll be launching a whole raft of what we call smarter business builder tools, which will be ways that businesses for, very, very low cost will be able to manage and monitor their businesses better. So you'll literally have this one dashboard where you'll be able to see money's in, money's out. You'll be able to manage your cash flow. You'll be able to look at your cash flow, money's in, money's out, against your business plan to see how close or how far away you are. Now, if you're far away, we will flag up with relevant content and tips and guides what you need to do to get you back on track before you actually fall down a pothole. And I think this is the key thing about Smarter. We're here to flag up all the key stages that have natural difficulties for a business and say, okay, if you're at this stage, this is what you should be thinking about doing now. If you're having a VAT inspection, here's a guide to it and this is what you should do. Oh, and by the way, here's somebody else like you who went through one 3 months ago. And I think the Smarter Business Builder tools will literally just help people manage their businesses better, whether it's from their iPhone, their laptop, from their office, from their home, wherever they are, because that's how the world works now. I guess that's the other ambition for us, is that, we get emails from all over the world, and we recognise that the challenges that small business owners and entrepreneurs face in the UK is not restricted just to the UK. These challenges are faced by people in America, in Australia, in New Zealand, in India, in Taiwan, in China, in Spain, in Germany. The challenges that we face are actual global challenges. And whilst the tax systems and the legal systems are obviously different country by country, so many of the lessons that people can learn through Smarter can be shared on a global basis. And really, that's our aim. Our aim is to help as many businesses as we possibly can.